Hey everybody, I'm back. All right, so we did not do a video on Friday. We had a lot of stuff going on. If you were part of the Zoom meeting and everything, you know that Jackson broke his arm, so we had to go get his cast rewrapped and all that stuff. So we had a lot going on Friday. So we didn't do a video on Friday. So we're going to do a video today. We're going to put a couple numbers on our calendar, and then we'll do some of our shadow stuff again. All right. So on Friday, it would have been number 15. Okay, number 15 was Friday. And that was actually our last day of school. So you don't have any more homework unless you do the summer homework packet that I'll be sending out later. Saturday was 16. Sunday, which was yesterday, is 17. And then today, which is the turn-in day, so I'll be up at school here after a while in a couple hours. Today is 18. All right. It is Monday, May 18th, 2020. Today, the weather is cloudy and rainy today. It's been raining about all day, and it's supposed to rain even more tomorrow. All right, so not a very good couple of days to start out the week. All righty. Goodness, I got something in my throat. If we were at school, we'd have gym today and library. Yesterday was Sunday, so no school. Tomorrow is Tuesday. We would have music class tomorrow. All right. Make sure that you're doing the days of the week and then the months. Menu today, whatever you're eating today, hopefully it's something good. Number of days. Now, we did not do on Friday, so that would have been number 174. So that makes today 175. All right. So 174 was Friday. And then that today is 175, which means we would only have 5 days left. Actually, less than that. Somehow we messed up. So that's not even right. Actually, this would be 176 with 4 days left if you count today. Okay. We must have missed a number in there somewhere. All right. So actually, the last day of school would be here if we were still at school. And remember, if we were at school, we'd be doing like summer fun day stuff, but it'd be kind of a yucky day for summer fun day stuff. All right. Okay. And countdown to summer. Now, we didn't do countdown to summer on Friday, obviously. So countdown to summer on Friday would have been T, and it says make a paper necktie. Okay, so a tie you can make out of paper. And then today is U, and it'd be do an activity under the table. So maybe if you're watching this video, you could go under your table and watch right now, or maybe do some kind of video under the table, or watch a video, or read a book or something under the table. All right, something like that. Okay. All right, let's get into shadows. Now, we were talking about shadows the other day, and we know that shadows are the black stuff that blocks out the light, right? So if you shine a light on your hand and it shines on the wall, it's the black part that blocks out the light. Okay. Remember, you need a light, okay, like a flashlight. You could use your mom and dad's phone, or if you have a phone, you can use the sun, right? We said the sun makes a shadow when you're outside. Probably not a very good day to make a shadow today, right? Because the sun isn't really out because of all the clouds. All right. And then we can make them, and we know that we can make shadows on the wall. All right. And I'm going to actually do that here in just a minute. So I'm going to pause, and I'm going to move around so that you can see this, hopefully on the wall. All right. So give me just a second here. We'll be right back. All right. Now you probably, hopefully you can see this pretty well, but you can see that I got a light, right? And you can see how my hand is blocking out the light, right? Now, if I move my hand closer, it blocks out even more. My hand shadow gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And if I move it farther away, the shadow gets smaller. Now, we had some things that we wondered if it would make a shadow. All right, so right here, if you guys can see that, I got a marker. So let's see, will marker make a shadow? Yeah, kind of a little bit, right? It doesn't make a whole big shadow because it's skinny, right? But it does make a shadow. All right. And then we talked about if we had a circle piece of paper, would this circle make a shadow? Let's see. Yep, look at that. If we move it up, it blocks out a whole bunch. If we move it away, makes a little bit. So you can try that at home with a flashlight. Now we also had this piece of wax paper. Now wax paper, remember it's thin. So if we hold it, it does make a shadow. You see that around above my hand and stuff? And if we move it closer, bigger, right? And if I fold it in half, it makes a big old shadow. All right, another thing we said was, you can't see this hardly at all, is a transparency. Remember, that's that plastic piece. It almost looks like a piece of paper that's plastic. You could see right through it. So if I hold it up, you can see that there's no shadow except for my hand, right? And yeah, you can see the words on there, right? If I move it away, nothing. If I move it closer, nothing really. All you see is the glare off of the flashlight, all right? So that's how shadows work. It blocks out the light. So that's something that you can try at your house I'm just down in the basement here. You can use your flashlight. If I move the flashlight around, right, you can make things on the wall, move it all over the place. Okay? All right, we're gonna move back over and talk some more. Hang on. All right, now we know that the light that we have outside comes from where? The sun, right? So we know it comes from the sun, right? You guys can see that. It says the sun on there, right? And what we do is we would talk about the planets then. We know that there are 8 planets. There used to be what they called 9 planets, but then they decided that one of them is not. So the next planet, the planet closest to the sun would then be Mercury, okay? And then we have Venus. And then we have the Earth. And the Earth has the moon, right, is what we see at nighttime. Now the moon, when we would watch Bill Nye the Science Guy about the moon, which you can find on YouTube, it talks about how the moon is actually kind of like a big giant mirror, and it reflects the light from the sun, okay? So it shines onto the Earth. And we would show you how to do that. We would use the globe, and then we'd use the sun, and how the sun stays in the middle, and the planets all go around the sun, okay? And when the Earth goes around one whole time around the sun, that's 1 year, okay? Now, some planets, it takes a lot longer because their big circle that goes around the sun is bigger than what the Earth's is, and some of them have a smaller, it's called an orbit that goes around, okay? But ours is about 365 days is 1 year. So that's how long it takes us to go around the sun one time. All right. The next planet is Mars, which is about the same size as the Earth. Okay. Then we have Jupiter. Now Jupiter is humongous. Okay. And the Earth could actually fit into Jupiter a whole bunch of times. And I don't have my paper that says how many times, but it is huge. Okay. And then the next one is Saturn. It has rings that go around it. Okay, now Jupiter and Saturn both have moons around them. Then we have Uranus. Okay, that's pretty big. That's bigger than the Earth. Then we have Neptune. Okay, and that's way out there. And then the one that used to be a planet, but that's not a planet anymore, is Pluto. Okay, and we have big pictures of these, and they have them with sizes, and we put them on the wall out in the hallway, and we would start down by the steps, and then we'd march how many steps it was. Now the first 3 planets, Mercury, Venus, and Earth, they're kind of close, and Mars isn't too far away. But then as you get to the other ones, they get bigger and bigger and bigger spaces between them. Okay, millions of miles apart. All right. Now also in outer space, there's no air, so we can't breathe. So if you're an astronaut, you have to have a special suit, right? If you're an astronaut going to outer space, right? Astronauts have a special suit. They also have a special vehicle that gets them to there, which is the space shuttle, right? That gets them up in there, kind of like a rocket that shoots them up there, right? Now, you can see things in space if you have a telescope. Okay, Josie and Jackson, they have a telescope, and really the biggest thing that we can see is the moon when it's like a full moon. Okay, so if you have a telescope, maybe you can see the moon when it's real big and close to the Earth. There's also all these rocks flying around. Those are called asteroids, right? There's also things out there called satellites, and that's kind of sometimes how we get like radio stations and TV stations and stuff. The way we can communicate with people around the world is with satellites up in outer space. Okay, and then we also know that there are lots and lots of stars, right? And our sun is a star. It's a kind of star that's the closest to us. Now, the other ones are millions and millions of miles away, okay? And it would take us forever to even get there. You could never fly there in a spaceship or even a space shuttle because it would take too long, all right? You'd become an old man or an old woman before you ever got there, okay? And even if you wanted to go to Mars, if you left today and you're 6 years old, you wouldn't even get to Mars until you're 9 years old. It takes like 3 years to get there. So that's why nobody's ever been there yet. Now they have robots and stuff that go there, but those things took forever to get there, okay? All right. Now, sometimes stars group together, okay? So you can look up in the stars, and sometimes people, they look at the stars and they see different pictures of stars when they kind of connect them together, kind of connect the dots, right? And they have all kinds of different things that are called constellations, okay? And I'm going to show you just a few, if I can find them. Give me just a second. Okay, so here's a couple, and I'll just show you them, how they connect them together. You may have heard of some like the Big Dipper or the Little Dipper. It's supposed to look like kind of like a spoon or something. All right, so this is one. You guys can see that. It's kind of got some spots and things on it. There you go, see it a little bit. Now what we do is we would make some of these on a piece of paper with some star stickers, and I actually made one that you can see right here. Okay, so you can see how I put some star stickers on there, and then I drew the lines to connect them. So you could do that too at home if you have a piece of paper. Just draw some stars on there if you have star stickers, and then you can connect them to make different things. Okay, and a lot of times they're not really anything. They could be whatever you want. So sometimes people think that they're, you know, like a lion or, you know, maybe a knight or, you know, a sword or something like that. What's up, Mrs. Krager? Mrs. Krager's sneaking down here to see us. Just sitting over there in the dark. Yeah. All right, so that's our shadows. Something I wanted to show you, if I can share the screen, is you can go on to YouTube and you can see, here it is. You can see this. This is Storybots, and this is on YouTube. If you search Storybots outer space, you can see this video about outer space with the sun and the moon and stars and all that stuff. And it's got some other ones that We Are the Planet song. It's also on Netflix. I can flip over here to Netflix. They got some outer space videos right here. This #1 is outer space. All right, so that's something that you could do at home. You can watch a little video. You can watch a little video on how the planets are aligned and things like that. Okay, so that's our shadows for this week or for today. All right, and we'll be back tomorrow with something else. Not sure what we're going to do yet. Mrs. Krager is just down here thinking everything's funny that I say. All right, hopefully I'll see you later today at your supply turn-in, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.